Okay. I thought I had everything all set up and then I didn't have my camera on. But hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well. I am trying to set up my little bud zapping tennis racket because there was a loud bug flying around in here. It's a brand new one and it's not powering up. Oh, I put the battery in backwards. How's everybody doing today? We'll just wait a few minutes. We won't wait long, but just a minute or two to see if more people join. Okay, it's lit up now. Okay, so I don't know if anybody's ever used the tennis rackets. My husband loves these, and yeah, we've had them in our other house for mosquitoes. But if you hear an annoying bug flying around, you just hold this button and just kind of wave it around. And when they catch that bug, there's this very satisfying zap. Yeah, and it kills them. Or if they're on the window, a lot of times you can get up real close and block it in between the window and the tennis racket. And it works really good when you have flying insects. So we've misplaced the ones that we had in Arizona. So I bought 2 more. And then, of course, my husband was using the one that I had the batteries in. And now I can't find it. So I ordered a 2-pack. And so I had to get the other one and put batteries in it. Because while I was sitting here waiting to go live, there was a buzzing something in the room. All right, I have my, oh, let me turn down the volume. Yeah, I've got my phone here so I can hopefully catch any questions or comments or anything like that. Is the live chat open? Oh, we've got Lisa Pierce is from East Tennessee. Lena's here from Alaska. Hello, Leslie Ann. Oh, your coworker uses a zapper and it works. It really does work. Like I said, it's extremely satisfying to hear the zap, and then you know you've got them. Okay, let's see if I can get this up so I have the comments. Live chat. There we go. Hi, Connie. Hi, Chrissy. Okay, so today's video, it's just going to be a get ready with me. Most of you know, if you're a long-term follower, that I just moved to Tennessee. Well, I moved about a month ago, but I've been gone so much that I still feel very unsettled. And we are in a temporary rental home in Franklin, Tennessee. Terrible time to buy. Nothing's on the market. And yeah, I don't want to unpack everything because I'm just going to have to pack it up again within the next year. So I really can't find anything yet. But I did get this room, which you can't really see, but this is one of the spare bedrooms. And I did unpack all of my makeup and put them in bins and everything like that. Like on my older videos, all those bins that I used to have behind me are now beside me. And I was working in the garden all day yesterday. It was a nice day. Today's cold, but I am putting everything in pots or what they call grow bags, which are basically fabric pots, because dirt is expensive, compost is expensive. And when we do find our forever home, I want to take everything with me. So I was scooping dirt into pots yesterday. And the thing about that is it takes a lot longer. I mean, it's different than just opening 9 bags of potting soil and dumping it in your bed, or compost and dumping it in a bed, but you have to shovel it into each one of these little pots. And I was doing a mixture. I was just making it really difficult for myself, and I don't know why. But yeah, I was mixing stuff in a wheelbarrow, and then I was putting it in these bags. And I did 45 of them yesterday. It took about 4 hours, and I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted, and I was meant to film yesterday, and I didn't get to film. So I thought I would go live today. Okay. Got a couple more people. Chrissy, Karen from Seattle. What if your daughter moves? Okay, yeah. So I'm from Virginia originally, and my husband's from South Carolina. So we did move to Tennessee because my daughter was here and we loved it so much. But that was just my excuse to get my husband out of Arizona because she is daddy's girl, and the excuse that you want to be near to family, she settles and everything like that. Um, yeah, it was just an excuse. Otherwise, we'd be stuck out in the West Coast with no one near, and none of my children want to stay there. Now, my oldest daughter is currently in training there, and she is moving to LA. She doesn't want to move to LA, but she's a pilot, and she's doing the Southwest Airlines pilot training program. I'm sure you've all heard about this projected pilot shortage. So she got hired by Southwest, went to their training program, which, like med school, you have to pay for yourself. So she got this really huge loan, over $100,000 loan, and it's deferred, but it's not a student loan. So it's an unsecured loan, and they deferred it for 12 months. And she's been working. She finished the program, but then you don't have hours. So she's been working there, teaching new students, but they don't pay enough to pay rent and pay back that loan, make your monthly payments on that loan. I mean, her take home is really, really not that much. It's not much more than what I made 30 years ago when I graduated from college. So it is definitely, she needs to move on. And in the program, they're supposed to have corporate partners and you move up to like corporate jets, but they're having a little issues with that because it's a new program. So the one place she can get hired and actually make a livable wage and start paying her loan and pay her rent and pay her living expenses is in LA. So she'll be there for a couple years until she has, maybe 2 years, until she has hours to go to actual Southwest and be a commercial Southwest pilot. So even though I just got my youngest daughter out of LA to Tennessee, my oldest will be moving there this summer if she gets hired, right? So she's just submitting her application, but she's really smart. Here's the thing about when I see, how they're trying to push through pilots. I don't think you should retire the boomers. They want to raise the age to 67, and they're like, oh, we need young pilots, not keeping the boomers in, which is dumb. I mean, wouldn't you rather have somebody with 30 years experience instead of 1 year experience flying your jet or your commercial aircraft? However, when I see comments, oh, they're lowering the standards for women and minorities, and I'm like, yeah, my daughter, she didn't fail a single check ride in her entire 13-month program. And there were only 2 students out of 17 that completed the program and did not fail a single check ride, and she is one of them. And most of the students were white males. So, I mean, there are definitely some diversity, definitely females. She has a couple of females in her class, and they each failed one. So women were doing pretty darn good in this class. I get really annoyed when I see comments like that. But let's go ahead and start with the makeup. I'm going to, I have some new makeup here, so we'll talk about that. I am going to start with the Dermatology #1 primer. This is a blur and prep. I talked about this before. It is a fairly new product. It's a silicone-based primer. I do have sunscreen already on my face, and it is a dermatology sunscreen also. So it works really well with their primer. And this just glides on. It just makes my skin feel so good. But I think a lot of silicone primers do make your skin feel very silky, but it's not heavy at all. Okay. And so it's kind of got this matte finish. I don't know if you can see that it is definitely a matte finish, which I like because it's just a nice basic finish. And I did get a new foundation for me, and this is called the Found Sealer, Tarte Found Sealer. It's a multitasking foundation. It does have a sunscreen in it also, but of course we know that the sunscreens in foundation really isn't enough. It should be a supplemental or just in case because you're just running from your car to the grocery store and you don't need, a lot of sunscreen. But it does have titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. So it actually has a physical sunscreen, which is unusual. Most foundations have a physical chemical combination. I haven't even opened this yet. I haven't tried it. Let's hope the color is good. It's medium sand. So before I started my YouTube channel, I used to watch a channel called Kathy Beauty Care Chats. And she's from Texas. And she does some other things now. I think she's got a real estate license and she does not, I don't know if she publishes as regularly because I don't watch YouTube as regularly, but Southern gal, and she can sell me anything. When she says, oh my goodness, I love this, I run and buy it. So anyway, this was her Ride or Die concealer, and I hadn't watched her in a while. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, I need to try it. So I am going to use, I know I have a clean, oh, there's one. My BK Beauty foundation brush. And I'm just going to put a couple pumps on the back of my hand. Ooh, it's a little waterier. Okay, this looks pretty light. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be too light. I'm going to get a mixer. Okay, this is discontinued, but it's still my favorite mixer. And it's I bought like 3 of them before they discontinued it. It's the e.l.f. They had color correctors. Yeah, I think this needs to be shaken a little bit more. It looks kind of lumpy and bumpy. Let me wipe it off. The other thing is, like, I was in the sun all day yesterday, even though I had sunscreen on. And my skin doesn't look that dark, but it might have darkened it just a tad bit. Okay, let's mix it up again. Let's see if it comes out a little bit thicker. All right, that's a little bit better consistency. And then I'm going to put 1 drop of my mixer. Now, because you can't buy this mixer, and this was their bronze shade, you can use, I think NYX has these itty bitty tiny mixer or foundation bottles, like little droppers, and you could put it in your base. So you can get one that's a little dark for you and mix it in with your foundation to try and get a better shade match. I think I need another. And they also have white. So if your foundation is too dark, if you buy it in the summer and then you want to wear it into the winter, then you could mix your foundations with the white and that'll work too. So that's a better shade. Okay. Well, it still could go darker, I think, actually. Boy, our medium sand was definitely too light for me. And then again, that light could be blowing it out because in my mirror, it actually looks pretty good. So this has actually good coverage. It's, it's evening out my skin. Let's see how it looks on this side. Have any of you tried the Found concealer? I really hadn't heard of it. And I think they have it on at Ulta and on the Sephora website, but I don't know if I've seen it in the store. Yeah, but that's very nice medium coverage, I think. Again, just a little pale. I wonder if I turn my light down. Oops. Oh, that's up. Ooh, that's too dark. Yeah, so a lot of you haven't heard of that foundation either. I had not, and she was like, it's her ride or die. Of course, foundations that I've never heard of that somebody says that they love, and then I go buy it, and then I fall in love with it, and then they discontinue it. You know, if you haven't heard of it, sometimes it doesn't stay in the stores very often. Okay, I am going to use a clean side of my Stands Out sponge. So my bangs need to be trimmed so bad, but one of the things I can't find in the move that I used to have in my bathroom drawer are my little hair scissors. I mean, they weren't good hair scissors, you know, they're just the ones that you buy at like the supermarket or whatever that say they're for cutting your hair, but they worked for my bangs and I cannot find them. But I am going to Florida this week and I do know I have a pair in the bathroom there, so I'll get to trim my bangs up there, but they're extremely long and normally I would have been trimming them up. My hairdresser did say she would, my new hairdresser that I paid so much money for. I say so much money. My old hairdresser charged me $30 for a trim. And so this one was $80 for the trim. Plus he had a tip, the shampoo girl. So it was much more expensive than I'm used to paying. And anyways, she did say that she would do free bang trims if I called her and had, you know, drove in. But normally when I need to trim my bangs, you know, I'm just looking in the mirror right then and there, and I want to just grab the scissors and trim them up. Yeah, I don't know why people don't talk about it anymore. I mean, I've got a bunch of them, but they all need to be washed. The Stands Out sponge, unlike other sponges, which I do have some other sponges. Let's see what else I have. I have my BK Beauty sponge. I've got, this one's an Amazon, I think it's Beaker or something like that. Well, I do have a bunch of beauty blenders too. They're in the bathroom, but I really like the Stands Out Beauty sponge. Like I couldn't use those unless I wet them. And then the Stands Out Beauty sponge you use dry. So I feel like it pushes in the foundation without wiping off the foundation or diluting your foundation and the coverage. It just kind of lifts the excess foundation off. And I'll have I think I do have a link in the description, like kind of a regular link, which is an affiliate link. If you click on any of my links in the description box, they are affiliate links, which means that I do make a small commission if you use them. Not necessary. I don't do this for the commission, and really the commission is not enough, even though I'm a big channel. Yeah, my link commission is not, it doesn't even cover what I spend each month on makeup, but it is there. And so if you want to use it for ease of finding the products, you can click on it to get sponge or any of the products that I'm going to talk about. It will be after, it might be an hour after the video closes out before I get all of the makeup links uploaded, because I did not plan in advance and make all my links in advance. Okay, yeah, so this is the foundation and I really like it. I wish I had the right shade. I could exchange it, but again, I don't think I saw it in the stores. Well, I know I didn't see it in the stores, which means then I just have to keep mailing back and forth, and I don't like, you know, mailing back and forth for the shade. So I'm just going to keep adjusting it when I'm wearing it. And I'm just going to leave it right here so I'll wear it for a while. It feels really good. It's not like a dry to touch foundation. It feels like typical foundations on the face, or liquid foundations, not heavy, it doesn't feel greasy, but it does feel like I have a little bit of makeup on. All right, next, let's do concealers. I thought I grabbed a concealer. Oh yeah, my oldie but goodie, my Lancome Tint Idol, and this is in 420. I haven't used this in a while. Usually the foundation is enough coverage for me. I haven't been sleeping well though. And at first I wasn't sleeping well because, you know, the rental property didn't have any curtains on any of the windows. And so I found some, surprisingly, in a box. I found a bunch of like random single panels, and I had enough to do the front of the house. but the back of the house doesn't have any window coverings. So at night when I'm walking by and the windows are uncovered, I don't know, I just expect to see this face, or something, plastered on the window. And so I get really nervous. And we do have an alarm, and I do have Ring cameras everywhere. That's one of the things too. So even if they're not, trying to get in the house, I do get notified if anything's outside. But yeah, it makes me nervous until my husband was here. And then once he was here and I started, sleeping through the night and everything like that, then I'm not as nervous, but I still try and avoid going to the back of the house. I just hate the thought of having to buy window treatment for a rental. That just seems wrong. But my dad is in the hospital, so that's why I'm not sleeping well. So I did have to fly back to Virginia on Monday. If longtime viewers know that last summer I spent 10 days with my dad alone in Maine, and it was extremely frustrating, beginning of dementia. So what happened was, because of the dementia, he thought he heard water running, thought a pipe burst, jumped out of bed in the middle of the night and fell and fractured his back. But it was just a fracture that you need, a brace, and then it should fix itself at home. At the same time, he's having issues and has a catheter. He's had a catheter since January, so prostate issues. And my dad is 88, and a lot of you might be going through this or have gone through this already. So he had a UTI, didn't know it. Plus, he has the dementia. In the middle of the night, he keeps taking his brace off. He gets confused, fell again, burst the fracture, couldn't get up off the floor. Had to call the ambulance. He got admitted. UTI, blood infection. Nothing like not serious, not like the infections or MRSA or anything like that. He is on targeted antibiotics, and he's supposed to be discharged tomorrow. But when he gets confused at the hospital, he ripped out his IV, he rips out his, monitors. He had a sitter, and she was trying to hold him in the bed, and he, tried to hit her. So they had to sedate him. So I'm not sure if he'll ever come home, because the townhouse, it's a 5-story townhouse. So there's like no room that has everything you need on any one level. You keep going to landings and then have to go upstairs again, and then you're on another landing. And anyways, so I was there for the week. I came back Friday night, and my sister and my brother are there still, every day doing shifts, trying to keep them calm. And yeah, again, very difficult time. Yeah, so my sister would love for my dad to live with her, but again, her house isn't set up either. And the fact that when he's confused, he gets up. He lashes out. He won't, he tried to rip his catheter out. I mean, it's just, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen. And a lot of that could have been the UTI. So very, very stressful time, again, especially for my sister and my brother, because nobody lives in a single story house. And that's something now when I'm looking for a place, I'm like, okay, this, my husband will be 60, I'm 56, I'll be 57 this year. We need a single level house. So if we do need care, well, we do need to convert it to wheelchair accessible. We don't have to move to do that. So that is going to be something I'm going to think about while we're finding a home. All right, so I've got the foundation and concealer on. Concealer, again, doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me because that foundation did cover under my eyes, and I put it under my eyes. I did get this. I don't get a lot of stuff in PR, but Physicians Formula does send me PR. And so they sent me this Butter Glow liquid bronzer. I haven't even opened it. And so I'm just going to see. It's going to be pretty glowy. We're heading into the summer where I've got all kinds of highlighters, and everything is getting a little more glowy. So let's just see how this works. And this shade that they sent me is bronze. So if I just rub it here, Well, it's very subtle. It might be too light for me, actually. It might work over this, but actually, I'm not sure I'm getting any sort of deepening like a bronze contour. This might be something that would have been better all over the face. I don't know if I want to put it on for my look today, though. Okay, I'm going to do a beach makeup at some other point. And if I'm looking for that little glow all over, I will use this all over. But I don't think it's going to contour me, which is what I am doing. I did just get the Say Sun Melt in Tan Bronze, which I know is dark. I've used this. I used this in a video before. I also have the Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer, and this one is in medium. And let's just compare these two. All right, so this is the Makeup Revolution. Ooh, that's kind of a dark, kind of gray undertone, which the gray undertone is good for contouring. And then the Tan Bronze from the Say Sun Melt. Okay, I like the Say shade better. Yeah, so that's the one I'm going to use. I did have one other one that I love, and I talked about it before. Let me just grab it real quick. Okay, I won't grab it real quick because I didn't put it back the last time I used it, so I can't find it. But it was the Rare Beauty. She had the bronzing stick, and I really, really, that's the one that I've been using the most. And that is the one that I don't know where it is. Okay, so I am definitely going to use the Say. Yeah, so the foundation that I used, Sue, is the Tarte Fund Concealer. Found Concealer. I just never really heard. Let's see if this will focus. Yeah, Found Concealer. Found Sealer. Multitasking foundation. And I think I bought mine on Sephora online. So I don't know if it's in the stores. All right, let's find a little brush to use. I'll use my Refer number 18. Refer was having a 40% off sale. I think they usually do it for a while. So I think it started Friday. So I'm sure they're still having it. And so this is an old style. I don't think they make it with the silver anymore, but they still have a lot of brushes. You know, even though some of my favorites, I just did a video last week on some of my favorites were sold out, they still have a lot of brushes. And they're all amazing. And they're all super soft. And they're also really good gifts. So if you're looking for mother-in-law gift, or mother-in-law, Mother's Day gift, if your mom or mother-in-law enjoy makeup, you know, you might want to grab a brush or two for that. Or you might buy a few for yourself and give them to your kids or husband to give to you for Mother's Day. All right. Sometimes after I use bronzers, I forget to use blush because really I'm just looking for some color, some definition on my cheek. So I have been using this a lot. And I've been using, like I said, the Rare Beauty one, or, you know, a whole lot. These are not, you know, permanent. If I spritzed some setting spray on my sponge, it would help set it for even longer. But because it is cream-based product, I do feel, I get a good 5 or 6 hours, like I'll get a good daytime wear, but it's not going to take me into the evening or anything like that. I also have been using the Say foundation a lot. Ooh, not foundation. The Say blush. This one is in Dreamy, another really pretty one. This is what I took when I went to Virginia. So I pretty much was using it every day. It's real pretty. And this one's pretty long lasting. I think these liquid blushes are pretty long lasting. I tried to get the new Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blush. She has 2 limited edition shades. And twice it was in my cart and it said that it was shipping. And then I would get the little notice that it's gone. So pretty bummed. But look, that's a really pretty rose color. But today I'm going to use another product, which is the brand that's new to Sephora. It's the Glossier. And this is their Cloud Paint. And this color is Spark, which is a little more of a terracotta color. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand because I've used it once. And my daughter, when she was doing her flowers for, she did the wedding. She did a NFL player's wedding. She did the flowers for them. And it was so beautiful. I was so proud. She's 22. I was so proud to see her do this, on her own. It's her own business. But anyway, she was using this because she stayed the night here. She was doing all the flowers here. And it looked great. She was wearing it all day. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. So I'm just tapping a little bit on this brush. This one is my Refer number 17. I've been talking about this brush for 3 years as it being one of my favorite brushes. So this is pretty pigmented. Yeah. I always have the black towels. I have black towels everywhere. So I can wipe off the excess and then continue to work it in. A little bit up here. People say don't put it on your cheeks, but if you watch my channel, I like it. I like it. I like more of a check mark. And then I also like to put a little bit on my brow bone. If I don't wear eyeshadow at all, this is kind of all I do. It's just the blush like this and then up on my brow bone, maybe over my nose. Oh, temporary window covers. Oh, I'm going to have to look for those. Where do they have those? Just at like Home Depot or something? On what day moisturizer? I am still using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration. It's still my day moisturizer. I did get this at the Sephora sale. I talked about it. It's what I'm using at night. I have not been using my La Mer since I've been to Tennessee. I've been using the vegan milk moisturizer. I bought little trial size. And so during the Sephora sale, I decided to get the big one at 20% off. A lot of times I'll use the big one and I'll refill the smaller one so I can carry it in my bag. But my skin has been doing really well. It's been staying really soft and smooth with this milk. Not exactly the same. It's so hard to describe how good my skin feels with the La Mer. But when they raised the price, it was already overpriced at $325 when I first started using it. And then I would get it at the Sephora sale. So it was like $270. I know it's a lot, but I don't color my hair. So if you talk about how much you spend for beauty, I save there. But when it went from $325 to $350 to I don't know if it's $385 now. I don't know. It really did get to the point where I couldn't justify it. So this one does really good for evening, but I'm still using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration for daytime. I did try their Holy Hydration Nourishing Night Cream. I like this too. It's a little thinner than I like, and then it leaves your face a little tacky. But I kind of go back and forth. All right. This side looks like I got it applied. Oh gosh, when I look in the mirror here, when I look here, it looks fine, but when I look in the mirror here, it still looks way too dark. So let me take my foundation brush. So what I'm doing, here's my little setup. I have my laptop in front of me with the screen so I can see what I'm doing. So when I'm looking down, I'm looking at myself. And I've been applying the makeup looking at myself on my laptop. But I'm filming with my camera above. And so you're getting that bright light, and I'm seeing how it looks on camera, which tends to wash you out more, right? So when I do a video, I usually put the makeup on heavier. But when I'm looking over in my little side mirror here, which I did just order a new one today, I was like, I keep playing with this broken mirror. And this is more of the natural light because there's a window on behind my camera, or not my camera, my professional lights. There's a window also, and then it looks a little dark. So I'm going to tone it down just with the foundation brush, not adding anything extra, which I think worked really well. Oh, and I talked about this. I was using this a lot too. So Charlotte Tilbury kind of had the market on these wands. The e.l.f. just came out with a dupe, which I did order from their website. I ordered the blush dupes, the bronzer dupe. Did I order the highlighter dupe? I ordered their highlighter dupe, and then I have this highlighter dupe that I still haven't opened yet. But Tarte also has a blush dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, with this kind of sponge applicator. And this one is in Berry. It kind of has a little bit of a frost color to it. The berry, kind of a peachy frost. You can see it's a little light. I do have to let it dry and then build it up again. But this Tarte wand has a very nice subtle sheen. So once I get the e.l.f. ones, which like I said, I ordered from the website, which takes a little bit longer to ship to me, I will compare the different wands. Good morning, Donna. Hi, Dixie. 3:40 a.m. Wow. It's either insomnia or you're like me and you wake up in the middle of the night and then you start doing things. Okay. So got the blush. I did purchase, and I talked about this, I think, before, the Rare Beauty. This is her new eyeshadow palette, Give Yourself Grace. So at first glance, this is not, anything with this in the middle, I would have said no thanks. But I saw swatches and I was like, well, those are my shades. All the other ones are my shades. And so I bought it. So I've only used it, I think, twice. Let's see if I can clean my arm and swatch. I have to use the same side because I can't swatch very well with this hand. I need to swatch with this hand. Let me take my watch off. Oh, here's my oil. Got some cleansing oil because I can't find my micellar water. Okay. So let's do a little swatch on these eyeshadows, which again, are real pretty, kind of that rose color, terracotta, and purple colors, which are really popular this spring. So I'm just going to start from this end and start swatching. Let me make sure my hand's not oily now. Okay, so this is the end color. Oh, that is my shade right there. That's that frosty rose gold. That's like my favorite shade. Let's see if we can get it so it's not reflecting so much light. But it is my favorite shade right there. And then this purple is so gorgeous too. Look at that. Yes, when I get favorite places in Tennessee, I will do a vlog type video. Okay, so that's these first three over here. So really, really pretty. All right, let's try this middle super glittery. Yeah, I would never wear this. It even feels, you can feel the glitter. But look how easy that went on. So if you like that metallic-y look for night, I mean, that went on really good. It's staying. I mean, even when I kind of blend it down and I'm still getting a lot back on my finger, it really has, it's thick. So if you like the glitter, I mean, I've got glitter all over my towel now, but that really worked good. Okay, let's look at these brown shades. I'm going to start at the end and work in. Really confuse you guys. Oh, that's pretty too. So this shade here is what do you call it? It's almost like iridescent. It looks really just yellow here, but it's peachy and it has kind of pink shades when you move it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's real pretty. And then you've got the terracotta matte shade. And then let's go deep. Now these shades are super pigmented. I mean, you look at that, I just am, wiping it with my finger and they're really nice colors. It's not like you have a dark blob where I first touched it and then it kind of jumps real pale. It has very nice, smooth gradation as I am using it. And I tell you what, I am still amazed how thick and opaque this little center color went. Even though I could feel the glitter, it actually is pretty nice. All right, let's take it off because I don't want to get glitter all over me. Yeah, and I still can see a little bit. So, all right, I'm going to be boring because I am always boring with my makeup. And I am going to do my same standard. I'm going to put this rose gold color shimmer all over my lid. And this is the Rephr 33 brush. All right, everyone's going to say, move your hair. So I am going to be traveling. Ooh, did you hear that? Did you hear that fly? The buzz? Oh, I see him. He's on the window. I'm going to be traveling the entire month of June. So I need to pre-film a bunch of stuff. I actually will be in Europe for the entire month of June. 3 different trips, but they're now going to all be consecutive because it's too expensive to fly back and forth. So what happened was last fall, I purchased a watercolor course in Spain. So my husband's so good. I'm like, hey, can I do this watercolor class in Spain? And of course, I pay for it out of my YouTube fund. My YouTube money is my discretionary spending. But still, I ask, make it sound like he has a say because, YouTube money is my money and then his money is my money. But he said, sure. So I was like, great. Signed up for this watercolor course in Spain last week of June. And then we had signed up for a river cruise in 2020. So it kept getting, rolled over because of COVID. And then, it was just, a little worried about going on a cruise. And the couple we are going with, they have a few little medical issues. And so finally they called and they said, let's do it this year. And I was like, okay, and of course the only time that we could get it scheduled, the exact same trip, was the beginning of June. So I'm like, okay, now I'm finished that like June. And they wanted to stay a few extra days. When we originally booked it, we were going to go early a few days and stay a few extra days at the end. They can't go early because their son is graduating from college. And so they asked if we still wanted to do a few days afterwards. And again, we asked them to do the trip with us. So I feel like, we need to, do the trip, the original trip that we had asked them to join. So we said yes. We'll stay a couple extra days. Well, now I have 10 days in between that I could fly home and fly back until I looked at buying tickets, and there's like $2,000, round trip tickets. And then, or I could just stay there. And so my daughter, my youngest daughter, was supposed to go with her friends to the south of France, and she was going to use the money she made for doing the flowers for this wedding for that. And so her friend has some medical issues and keeps going into the hospital. And so she's like, not sure if she'll make it, doesn't want to buy a ticket. And so I told her, well, why don't you fly out to where I am, and then we'll work our way to Spain. And then you fly yourself out, you buy your tickets, and I will pay for the housing, the Airbnbs and whatever that we stay in. So my daughter's coming out, and we'll be 10 days traveling from Hungary to Spain. And then I'll go down south of Spain for my watercolor course. So I might do a little travel vlog when I'm there. Okay, so now I'm just using this dark color. I like this wide brush because it's that whole outer third of my eye. I don't have to fiddle with making a V or anything like that. I can just go down on the outer third of my eye. Pack it in. Blend it. These eyeshadows are so blendable. Oh, the brand, it is the Rare Beauty, and it is the Give Yourself Grace eyeshadow palette. Yeah, I mean, this just blends out so nice. Look at that. I mean, how easy was that? And I was talking the whole time. Yeah, and then I could clean it up if I want to, just with like a little dot of concealer here and here. And then you can just take a small brush and clean up that edge. Whoops. And I know people will say, put your hair back, but I'm actually going out after this. So I'm going to try and keep my bangs down. There is a house for sale in the neighborhood that I want, but it is 1.25 million, which is over our budget. It is well over our budget. I just want to see it because I want a ranch house. Most of the ranch houses in Tennessee seem to be older, built in the 60s and 70s. Probably most of the ranch houses everywhere, right? And so I found one for sale, and I really wanted it. And my husband was like, no, I feel like I'm going to my grandmother's house. And I'm like, yeah, but you renovate it. So we could have purchased this one and then had money left over from the sale of our house, a renovation budget. And then we would have had exactly what we wanted. And I mean, we had enough money that we could have, closed off the one-car garage or pushed it out, made a rec room, made it bigger. And he's like, I just can't envision it. And I was like, well, you don't have to envision it because I'm the one that's going to be doing all the remodeling. You just need to move in when it's all done. But he's kind of digging in his heels, and I feel bad that I dragged him out of Arizona kicking and screaming. But this house is in that neighborhood. They did renovate it. They're asking way more than the houses were going in this neighborhood. But I wanted to see the renovation, how they took out the walls, they put beams up to support it. And I wanted to be able to just take a video of it to show my husband. That's why we're going to be in a rental, because we really, he wants shiny and new. And I want, convenience. I want location. Everyone says location, location, location. Ranch style. Yeah. With a flat yard for my gardening. So, I mean, we could be here the rest of our lives in this rental, because I have a feeling it's going to be hard to get us to agree on something. I'm not doing the Viking Danube. We're doing the Amel Waterways there. And I think this one is the Royal Danube. They have like 5 different Danube ones. It's not the one it's not the ship that we originally picked, because they have like this one that was called like Magna, which was a larger river cruise. Most all river cruises are the same size, but this one was extra wide. they don't have a sailing this summer. I think it would have to go in the fall. So we've never done a river cruise. This one is one that all the excursions are included, but at each place you have a choice, so you have your lighter excursion, you have your hike, and then you can also do the bike tour, or you can just take the bikes out on your own, which I was thinking we would try and do bike tours. And then someone said, no, don't do the bike tours. You're better off, if you want to bike, you're better off biking on your own. So we'll see. Okay, I'm going to do my eyeliner. This is a Lancome Grandiose liner. It's a liquid eyeliner, and it has like a bendable lid. I don't even know. I think I bought this a year ago at the Sephora sale. It does have that fine tip. I have been using liquid liners quite a bit. All right, I am going to clip my bangs out for this. I'll just clip them like this. Because my lashes have gotten really thin. I haven't used my lash serum in months. And I'm trying to see different options for making my lashes look fuller and thicker. And a liquid liner just at the base seems to do that for me. And I'm not going to try and do a wing because then I'll mess up everything. But I'm using it to put the definition on the upper. Oh yeah, on the lid, which I think it does that really good. I mean, I'm still going to use some shadow as liner and things like that, but the liquid liners stay forever. And I think if you're just using them at the base, and I'm really touching my lashes, I'm kind of going right where my lashes are growing out of my eye. I think it does a good job at defining your eyes. If your eyes, you feel like you're losing that definition. Now, I have one nearsighted eye and one farsighted eye. So this is my nearsighted eye. So if I close, when I have to do it with my eyes open, because when I close this eye, I can't focus. So I have to do my liner with both eyes open. And when I go into the inner corner, I'm actually kind of just pressing it down instead of trying to, what's the word? Like almost outline it, because I really don't have good fine motor skills, which is kind of funny that I'm going to this watercolor class because I actually can't paint. It was my COVID hobby. I picked it up during COVID when we were locked in. I started buying watercolors and books and everything. And of course, I haven't had a chance I haven't picked up a paintbrush. I mean, I haven't unpacked anything, really since we decided to move. So last October. Okay, so that's the liner. Just, I think it really does exactly what I need it to do, which is the definition. Let me look at comments here. Sorry, I kind of closed things out. Where are the comments? The live chat. You've got long curly lashes. I used to have long curly lashes. I am going to use my Refer eyelash curler. Literally up until about 10 years ago, not even 10 years ago, till I turned 50. I'd say when I turned 50, that's when my lashes started thinning. I would curl my eyelashes, and then I had mascara, but I couldn't tell if I was wearing mascara or not because my lashes were so dark and thick. And now I definitely can tell. I still forget to put it on. I'll curl my lashes and forget to put it on, but I can tell when I look in the mirror. Not only have they gotten thinner, they're almost like a gray, not like a gray color, but they're they're not that deep dark black anymore. Okay. So let me just talk a bit about mascara. I usually like to use the same mascara. When I find a mascara that washes off easily with water, doesn't smear, that's what I use. You know, my regular is this Beyond Mascara from City Beauty. I love it. My friend Kimberly from Pretty Over 50 was like, I don't know why you love it so much, but I do. These are all the mascaras I bought in the last, gosh, less than 2 years. And so I'm just kind of reaching in to try and test a new one. This one is fairly new. I think I've only used this once. The Lash It Loud by e.l.f. What other e.l.f. one? I have their Big Move. That one was sent to me. For a short moment, e.l.f. sent me some of their makeup, but it was all their like trendy young makeup, not what I'm sure people would wear. I thought I had one more e.l.f. one, which was super popular. The one that's supposed to be a dupe for another super popular mascara. I think the Roller Lash mascara. I have it. I just don't know where it is. All right. But yeah, I don't really flip up or change up my mascara that much. And I started buying smaller ones when I could at Sephora, the tester sizes, because I know I'm not going to use them up. Like here's the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Now, somebody told me, my good friend, this Lights Camera Lashes, maybe that's the one I'll use today. She said it is the only mascara that she can use. She has super sensitive eyes and it does not irritate her eyes. So Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte, which I don't think they sell it, you know, like pushing its, you know, sensitivity or, lack of sensitivity. But yeah, that's the one she told me. Because I asked her, I was like, oh, you have sensitive eyes. What mascara do you wear? And this is what she said. So it has your typical looking brush. And it's definitely not clumpy. It's one that I need to have 2 coats. Yeah, the other thing with my mascaras is I like mascaras that I only need 1 coat. But it's keeping my lashes nice and separated. Now, I do have this weird thing where I have a lot of lashes close together right in the middle. So a lot of times it looks like my mascara is clumping in the middle. It's just I have a lot of lashes right in the middle, long and dark, just in the middle. But I mean, this is separating really nice. Actually, I do like this mascara. I wonder if I ever showed it to you guys. Sometimes I buy stuff. That's the thing. If you buy too much at once, then I don't get to show you. All right, I'm going to just do a little bit under my eyes. Now, I don't have any, I didn't put anything on today underneath my eyes, but I can see I still have eyeliner under my eyes. So yesterday, what did I put under my eyes? Oh, I was using the Sephora 12-hour contour eyeliner, and I still see I have some under my eyes. But it's enough. That's all the definition I need under the eyes. From eyeliner, I am going to go in and use this beautiful purple shade and an itty bitty little pointy brush. This one, again, is a rougher brush. This is the 03. It's a really tiny pointy brush. I'm going to put it in this dark purple. And probably should have done this before I put the mascara on, but then I like to make sure I get this little corner because I do have that little skin that's flat. You know, it's starting to overlap down a little bit. So I do like to make sure I get the darker color in the corner so I don't have like a skin tone area right at the outer corner of my lashes. Okay. Can I tell you I'm loving this? This purpley shade, these 2 shades right here are so pretty, I think. Oh, do you hear that? Can you hear that? I'm ready. I see him on the window. I should go up there and zap him, but I'm ready if he comes too close to me. Okay. Oh, I didn't do my brows. I'm just going to use my Kosas. Love the Kosas. Again, for whatever reason, even though all my lashes fell back out when I stopped using my lash serum, my brows still have stayed pretty full. A little bit of thinning right in this inner area. I'm sure as time goes by, it'll all thin out again, but in this couple of months, it actually stayed thicker. What I wanted to do is start using the, what do you call it? Whose is it? The Ordinary Lash Serum, because again, my friend Kimberly says it's so awesome, and this is their Air Brow. So I was using the Brow Pop in charcoal, I believe. I'm not going to be able to see this. I don't even see the color on this, but this is I cannot read small white writing, and I don't know where my giant magnifying glass is. Black, but I did see that. This is black. Oh, wait, I'm doing my brows. Get my spoolie. Kind of not really blended in right there. Okay. All right, lips. I've got a couple of new lips, so this is kind of exciting. Let me just say, really use eyeliner now. What am I using? I used this Lancome liquid eyeliner, but this isn't the only liquid eyeliner I use. This is a Grandiose liner, because I find almost all liquid liners, most of them seem waterproof or pretty long lasting. So I just put it at the base of my eyes, and then I used my eyeshadow underneath, though I did have yesterday's a bronze liner. I will say this lasts. Obviously, I still have it on under my eyes. It does smear a little bit more than some of my Charlotte Tilbury's, but not too bad. But just note, I did it. If I put it as a real thin line, it will kind of spread a little bit. It doesn't fade off. It just kind of spreads a little bit. Okay, so I've got 4 lips to show you. These are lip gloss. So I've got the Makeup by Mario, and I don't even know what these glosses are called. Let me take my bangs down, or they're never going to come down. You don't mind. I'm going to just brush real quick. Okay, so I've got the Makeup by Mario and Miss Rose and Smoky Pink. They just came yesterday. I haven't even opened them yet. So this is Miss Rose. Ooh, that's kind of dark. And this one is Smoky Pink. These are both really dark looking. I thought they were going to be a little more sheer. We'll try them on in a minute. And then I got Rare Beauty, their lip oil, her lip oil, and I got Wonder. And Honesty. So Honesty is probably the one that I would wear the most. I'm just going to put it on right now. So it's got a little bit of brown. It's a little brown. So this is a lip oil. Oh my gosh, it has the worst taste. Oh, it almost burns my tongue. But even after wiping it off, the gloss, it definitely is a lip stain. So the Rare Beauty has some lip stain under it, but it tastes awful. Awful. I mean, it's not even a nice, like, minty taste or anything. It's just, I mean, it doesn't taste like alcohol, but it's like kind of like that type of taste, like not like a flavor. All right, I'm gonna use this lip oil, take it off. Let's do the next one. Because that one has more of a lip stain. Yeah, I'm not. I'll do the Makeup by Mario next. Let's hopefully you can see it. Okay, let's go back again. This one is the Miss Rose. Yeah, I was really expecting more of sheer colors. I mean, this is pretty. I like the Miss Rose. When I use dark lipsticks like this, I feel like I need to do my reshaping my mouth so it doesn't draw my mouth down when I'm wearing really dark colors. I do like this. This one is the Miss Rose. Yeah, it was way too dry in Arizona. Just checking this and that. I'm so glad to be out of there. And I'm sure when I go back, like after spending the winter in Florida, when I went back, I was like, oh, kind of pretty, but I'm still glad to be gone. Smoky pink. I don't really like this color on me. It almost is too beigey. Yeah, I'd have to mix this. All right. A little disappointed with I bought 4 lips and I'm not really loving any of them. Okay, so let's try the last one, which is the Rare Beauty in Wonder. Okay, so this is closest to what I would normally choose to wear. Still a little dark, a little too much. Oh my gosh, and its taste. So I think I'm just gonna blot it off and put something sheer on top of it. Hold on, let me grab something. All right, I got my Lifter Gloss in 04 Silk Maybelline. All right, so if you want any of these lip glosses, I highly, or from Makeup by Mario and Rare Beauty, highly recommend you go in and try them. Look at them in the store. Again, I just was really expecting them to be sheer. I did notice right before I put the lifter gloss on, even though I wiped off the Rare Beauty, it was a lip stain. So if you want lips, if you find a shade that works well for you and can get over the taste, just don't lick your lips. It does have a lip stain underneath it. All right, so this is it. I haven't really been powdering my face. Yeah, I really haven't been powdering my face lately, or setting my makeup or anything like that, because I really haven't been anywhere that I needed all day makeup. But I'm just going to take a little bit of the RCMA, which is at Beautylish, $14 for this giant thing that's going to last forever. It's the original no color powder. It's a matte finish powder. I'm just going to do a little bit of. Then I'm going to pat it down. yeah, I don't really think it was necessary, but Mel. Oh, I know the editing. That's just the worst. That's why I'm going live. You should go live, Mel. You should go live and then you don't have to edit. All right, this is the look. And because it's actually getting close to when I am going to run and go to that open house to look at that place, it will be later tonight before I type up all the links for the products. But yeah, I think the real winner is this Rare Beauty eyeshadow palette. But I do like the Glossier Cloud Paint. And I do like the foundation. And I like the bronzer. So actually, I think I liked everything except for the taste and the shades that I purchased of the lipsticks. So I didn't do very good with that. All right, any last minute questions? No. All right, well, I think I'm probably been here, yeah, over an hour. I keep saying I'm do this over an hour, or under an hour, but I'm a little over an hour. But oh my gosh, did you see that? Did you see that giant fly? Yeah, it was really big. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And I will see you soon in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Which lip brand had the bad taste? I will say that. That was the Rare Beauty. The Rare Beauty. All right. We'll see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.